Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with the Saw right here on Superlative Radio. Um, I start this episode off a little differently than normal. As everyone is probably aware in in the world at the moment, Chadwick Boseman, he passed away due to stage 4 colon cancer this past weekend.
So sad.
And as everybody who's a fan of the MCU knows, Chadwick played King T'Challa as the Black Panther, and he was 43 years old, far too young,
Way too young.
far too young to die. So I just wanted to acknowledge before we started the actual show and got into talking about what we're going to talk about, Mr. Boseman. Condolences to him, his family,
Everybody.
all of the people that knew him. It is a very tragic loss to lose somebody so talented, so young.
I agree.
He and I were born in the same year. He's a little bit younger than me. And I have to admit, I loved his version of Black Panther. And I am going to miss seeing him in future Marvel movies because he was going to be a bigger part of the MCU. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that moving forward and who they get to replace him. Or I should say, you can't replace him,
No,
but
you can't.
Who they get to carry on for him.
Carry the torch, as it
Yeah. So.
were. I agree.
Chadwick, you'll be missed. Your fans love you. And it's really too bad that this happened. Nobody deserves to die of cancer, let alone colon cancer.
Yeah, that's painful as hell, too.
It is a very painful cancer. So from all of us at Superlative Radio, our deepest sympathies to your family. And to all your friends, your coworkers. I know that many of your MCU coworkers, like Brie Larson and Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and like everybody, they all were posting about it and how sad they were to hear about it. So I certainly hope that if there is really truly a heaven, that's where you have made it to.
Definitely.
So
We send out all our love and thoughts to the family,
Yeah,
too,
we do.
believe me. Yeah.
So it's a really sad loss, and because of that, I just wanted to make sure that we really mentioned it and we took the time to acknowledge it because,
It's important.
he not only important, but he was such a talented young man, and he was young. Like 43 is not old,
Nope.
and it's a real shame. So. All the best to his family. I hope that you get the peace that you need during this difficult time. And I hope that, the news media, the paparazzi and all, I hope they respect your privacy because they really should. It's not easy to lose someone that you love. So I understand that he had wife and children. I can only imagine the grief they're suffering through. So,
Persevere.
yeah, hang on. It's never nice to lose somebody, so all the best. And with that said,
We'll be thinking about you.
we'll be thinking about you, and you will be remembered. And it's funny, literally, not funny that he died, but it's funny, I ended up watching Captain America Civil War the other night, and then turned around and found out he passed.
Yeah.
Like it was just, I don't know if it was a coincidence or what, but his first appearance in the MCU, and it was just, anyway. All the best to you. All right, so let's move on a little bit to the show. First, just before we started, I have some other news. Discovery, Star Trek Discovery, Season 3 starts October, I believe it's October 24th.
Finally.
Yep.
Amen.
So
I'll have
come
some-
October, you guys will be
We'll
able
be
to
talking about
hear
that, too.
us talk about that. So if you're a Discovery fan, also CBS is going to start airing Discovery Season 1 on
so you can
primetime
catch up.
TV for people who don't have CBS All Access in the US or Space, or CTV Sci-Fi as it's called in Canada. Yeah, you can
Good, so you can
that
catch up.
That said, if you're a fan of Discovery, then look forward to us talking about that.
Yep.
Probably last week of October, whenever it starts, if it starts up roughly the same time in Canada. So, but yeah, so that'll be
Good.
pretty
So that'll
cool.
give us something else to talk about
It
October
will.
into November and
Yep.
all the way through. Good. Awesome.
So anyway, we're gonna move right on to Space Force like we usually do. That's where we start off. So
That was funny.
Space Force. What'd you think this week, pal?
I laughed. I
Yeah?
had a good laugh. Yes, I did. I thought it was really great watching them battle it out and going through the whole thing.
The combat suits?
Oh my God, it was so. What made me laugh? I think the thing that made me laugh the hardest was when he grabbed the balloon.
And just popped it?
No, and he went, "What is it?
He squeezed it like a
Chuck
boob.
Day." When he did that scene from Indiana Jones. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna piss myself laugh. I was like, "Oh, nice rep,"
Yeah.
Kalima Shakti Day, that whole, I was like, perfect.
I like how at the end again, what's his face there? Dr.
Malkovich, you mean?
Malkovich's
Yeah.
character, the doctor. He comes out at the very end and
That's right.
He
And he
still
tells him now.
and then he walks up, he goes, pop,
Yeah,
pop,
yeah.
pop, pop to everybody.
Yeah, have at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was so good. Yeah, yeah.
It just goes to show that, even then they still have each other's backs. It's
Well, but my God, there was some funny lines in this one, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
it was
I really
pretty
did.
good.
I had a good chuckle, and that's what it's about, man. If especially in the world today, do we ever fucking need more chuckles? And
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you, and I got a few good ones out of that one. So
yeah, it was pretty good. I thought so too.
And you know what? One thing did come to mind watching it this week is I went, you know what? It's really well cast.
Oh my God. I said that, remember? Right?
I
Way
didn't-
in like episode,
Okay.
when we talked about episode 1 or 2. I said it's just perfectly cast. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you
there's
been
some really
watching it,
good-
Mark? Yeah.
Marky G's watching. Good.
Oh, that's the first thing I said. I said the cast is pretty.
It
Yeah.
is. It's brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
you guys can't hear Mark, but he said,
Yeah.
he's been watching it and the cast is same as we are. But
Good.
yeah, it's true.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Marky
it is
G's
funny.
into it. Good.
I mean, they're all a lot. Half of them are like big names, or they were big names.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
That's right.
So we're all in conjunction here. We're
Oh,
all having
yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it was really good. So definitely an improvement from your opinion last week then.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Good.
It was a step up this week. I went,
He
yeah.
seems to be overall, I'm going to warn you, he seems to be overall pretty much on an up step this week. So.
Yeah. Even we'll get to it, but yeah.
So, honestly, I think that,
Maybe I needed to get another headache or something.
Maybe,
because I
I
was
don't
out
know.
of commission there for a day or two.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I every time I sit down and I watch that show, I laugh. I laugh. There's always something funny about it. I thought the War Games thing was just great.
It was,
Especially when he goes up to the friggin' the general there at the end. He
yeah,
pop,
I know.
just to get
And
it
he
to
stuck
him.
it. Don't you do it? Yeah,
Yeah, don't you do it? Yeah,
it was well done. Yeah, it was good.
yeah, it really was good.
And
It was-
it makes good light of the stupidity of the whole concept.
Oh
on
my
top
God.
of it all,
Yeah, it does.
which is really good too, because it kind of, it brings it back, So
Well, they do. When you think about all the stuff that's really probably going on, and like we've talked about this before, how close to reality it probably is.
oh my God, I
is
know
probably scary.
it is. It is. You couldn't
Like,
write that shit.
I don't think they could write it the way it would really happen, because it would just be
it would be way
even
out
more
there.
ridiculous.
That's right.
Than what they're
Exactly.
writing,
Yeah, that's right. They're improving it by doing
Yeah.
it, because I'm sure it's just fucked to,
Yeah, it is pretty funny though. I mean, I just got to say it's.
So anyway, yeah, I had a good laugh this week. So I give you a thumbs up this week.
That's awesome.
I'll do the Siskel and Ebert and give you a thumb up.
There you go. Up where we won't say. But
That's
it's up.
right, but that's a whole other issue. But it's still a thumb up.
Yeah. Well, it really, again, yeah, it goes to show it goes to show just how good the writers on it are, how good the actors are on it. Everything about what they're doing just seems to be just, right on the ball.
Yeah.
And it's a really good show. I'm really quite surprised that the first season was only 8 episodes, because that's all it is. It's only 8.
I know.
And I mean, we're on 5.
Yeah. Next week will be 6.
There's
So
only 3 more left to talk about after this. And, I'm really hoping that Netflix does give them a second season.
I hope so, because I'd be curious now.
Yeah.
I want to see where they're going to take it. So
But you still haven't seen how it ends.
No, I haven't. So
when you see how it ends,
I'm
you'll
watching it
really
week
be
to
like,
week,
"Oh,
so
really?"
it's fresh for me. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's really fantastic.
I was actually going to watch, when I was watching this week's episode, I was actually going to continue. And then I said, no, I'll leave it and I'll wait, and I want to keep it fresh. So, it's like opening a present,
Every week.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
boy,
Yeah,
look what I got
exactly.
to
That's
see.
right.
Yeah.
So, that's the way I'm going to play it while we're doing this. I'm going to stay with it that way.
Well, that's cool. It gives you an interesting perspective on it when you don't already know what's coming.
Yeah. So I'm
that's
going to
really
keep
cool.
it fresh that way.
I like that. Yeah. No,
That's just for you, not for me, because I would go right through it.
He'd blow through it.
Yeah,
so.
I would.
That's like I did 3 times.
Yeah. But
so
for you, I'm going to go.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
I love the shows. I watched it all the way through 3 times.
So you better appreciate it. This is for you, because I don't normally do it this way.
Yeah. God, yeah.
Here's to you.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. So with that, we'll move on next to let's move on to Muppets Now, and that's what we usually do. It's Muppets Now, and this episode, Kim and I laughed our asses off the whole way through it. What about you?
Well, it gave me a chuckle this week.
It gave you a chuckle.
I went.
There
It's
you go.
going up.
Look at that.
Yeah. I had a few good chuckles over a few things. Miss Piggy and Tay Diggs eating the weird foods. I thought, and her just throwing it down to the dog. I laughed.
Jellied moose. What was it? Jellied moose snout from
Moose
Canada.
Snout. Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
I know they just made up shit.
Deep fried tarantula.
Oh, tarantula.
Oh,
that
God.
was Oh my God, it was so funny. Some of the things they came up with, ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, it was so funny.
Yeah. And she just throws it down to the dog and the whole thing. It was really good. You got your game show back this week.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Pepe's game show.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
Bring in the cabra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you speak? Can you scream louder than the goat? I fucking laughed.
Yeah, I know.
That was so good. Yeah.
It was just...
That made me laugh. I thought that was good.
And 10 billion points to Chris because he knew to leave.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I love it.
And he just wanted to hear their deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love Pepe. He's so funny.
But yeah, so I had a
good.
few good laughs this week. So again, definitely.
And then them
step
smushing all of Beaker's.
Oh my God! In his microscope and the whole, yeah.
Oh, your very first microscope. Yeah, squishing everything you owned. My God, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it seems like every time that show, I just laughed. And it was funny because, last week, as you guys know from watching, he wasn't all that impressed.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't quite happy with it
so
last
when
week.
Kim and I sat down and we watched it on Friday night when it aired, and she says, if Peter doesn't find this funny, he's not even human. There's something wrong with him.
No, definitely.
And I was like, yeah. So this week it looks like he liked it.
I did.
So
I did. I guess I'm human after all.
Yep. So there you go, Kim.
I guess I'm still in the human race.
There you go. Yeah. No, it was
Right,
was pretty
Pongo?
funny.
Yeah, I'm still in the human race, aren't I? Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But it looks like Tay Diggs and Linda Cardellini are in every episode, so it looks like they're going to be regulars for the whole season or whatever. So
it worked.
That's kind of cool if if they have, but it'll be interesting to see what other kind of celebrities they throw in there.
But we'll see. But yeah, I was happy with it this week. So again, another thumb up.
Yep. I would like to see them do more with some of the other Muppets that we haven't seen in a while. Pardon me.
Such as?
Well, like Gonzo, Fozzie Bear.
Okay.
Statler and Waldorf. Just there's a lot of Muppet characters that I would like. I'd like to see them do like, like maybe backstage with the Electric Mayhem as they're getting ready to put on a show, or like just different things that I'd like to see with the other Muppets that we're not really seeing. So,
well, maybe we'll see more as it goes because this seems to be a step up from last week.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping next week will be another step up and up and up and up. So you never know. We'll see.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. But yeah, I thought it was funny. It's really funny that Piggy had Fufu in it, her dog.
Yeah. Speaking of which.
Yeah. Speaking of which, one of the dogs' radio. But yeah,
he's always up my ass no matter where I go.
That dog, like she's had Fufu right since.
Oh, that goes way back.
To the original Muppet Show.
Yeah, that's right.
Because on was it Friday or Saturday? I'm trying to remember which day it was. Benjamin and I were watching. If you go on YouTube, you can watch compilation clips of different Muppets from the Muppet Show. So Benjamin really likes the Swedish Chef, so we were watching Swedish Chef compilations. Right?
Okay.
And there's one where he's on there and he's like, the doggy, and he's got a big pot, right? And it's boiling water or whatever. And then you hear Piggy, she's like, chef. And he's like, she's like, have you seen Fufu? And he's like, Fufu. And she's like, yes, Fufu, my dog, moron.
Yeah.
And he's like, the doggy in the pot.
Oh no.
What? You put my dog in the pot? And she goes, he takes the lid off. She hits the lid. She goes, Benjamin's laughing his ass off, right? Of course, the dog wasn't in the pot. He was talking about actual hot dogs in the pot, but it was just so funny.
That's cute.
And I was like, oh my God, she's had Fufu all the way back since the original Muppet Show. But it was just.
I knew it'd been a while, but.
Yeah, all the way back to the original Muppet Show. Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty funny. Like, it's so awesome.
But yeah, I definitely give it thumb up this week, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So yep, that's pretty good. That's a positive. So here's to it.
Well, there you go. So what was your absolute favorite part? The feeding, was that your favorite part of the whole episode?
Actually,
or was it the goat?
I see. I liked them both about the same.
They were both really good.
Although I do like the whole squishing the shit there with
yeah.
I kind of, but I'd say the two favorite parts this week would definitely be that her eating the food or not eating the food, and the game show with the whole pig thing or the goat thing. That was quite funny. So that's cool. I guess those are two.
I gotta say, my favorite was the game show. Like, it's just
you always like that though.
That guy being just the way that you like
Pepe anyway.
I do like Pepe, but I like the whole fact that he's like, you know what time it is? And Scooter's like, I have no idea what time it is because you don't freaking follow the rules or whatever. Is he called the Scooper game? No.
I guess not.
Yeah. So, I got to say, that's always my favorite one.
So let's hope next week's even better.
I agree. So that takes us to Star Trek Lower Decks and episode 4. Now, what did you think of this one?
Again,
you wouldn't be watching this if it wasn't for the show?
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, if it wasn't for the show, I wouldn't be watching it. They lost me probably after the second one. I watched the first one and kind of went, and after the second one, I would have went, pull the plug, I'm gone. But I'm only watching it again for you.
Is there nothing you like about it?
No, there's nothing redeeming about this show to me.
Wow.
No.
Well, there you go, guys. I'm not quite like that. I enjoy it. I enjoy it for what it is, but I can definitely see his point. Yeah.
This week, with her being made into a lieutenant or whatever, and I was like, nah. Whatever.
You know what it is with me is what I really, and I stated this way back, is what I like about it is that we're getting to see other races that are in Star Trek. Which we never really got to see a lot in live action because, again, of course, with having actors and getting them all in makeup and all this stuff, right? So I really kind of like the other captain of the other ship was a Tellarite.
Yeah.
I'm liking that we're getting to see the other races that are actually part of the Federation. I think is kind of cool.
Well, Steve said it to us last week. There's no Mexicans in Star Trek.
There's no Mexicans in Star Trek.
Here's to you, Steve.
That's
You the
not
man.
true. That's not true. There is one.
No.
Yes,
Steve said there isn't. So if Steve said
is.
it, it's Bible. I'm sorry. If Steve speaks, you listen.
Yeah, but
Right, Steve?
he's wrong.
He said it in a racist joke.
Yeah.
He said it in a racist joke.
Yeah, he did say it in a
That's what Mark
racist joke.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there is. In Deep Space Nine, there is a character.
I was just. It's all right. I was just going on to.
Oh no, there actually is one.
Okay, but I was
there is
just
one. He
you know,
serves.
I was shining a light
and
on
he gets
Steve
killed
for the.
In the episode that he's in. Yeah, no, but
some people you just can't joke with them, Steve. I'm telling you.
whatever. Fuck off. Anyway, yeah, no, but I mean, for the most part, yeah, you're probably right. There isn't a whole lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Tell Steve.
You know what it is? The one time they had the opportunity to throw in one and they didn't was with Boothby. I mean, all those episodes of Star Trek, and they finally have a gardener, and they don't make it a Mexican.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry.
That seemed to be, you know. Yeah.
I know that was a joke.
That was politically
that was a
incorrect.
politically
but who cares?
incorrect
It's
joke,
a joke,
but it was,
you know.
You know,
we're not politically correct.
if
here.
this was, if Lower Decks had done it, it probably would have been a Mexican.
Yeah, that's right. The way they're going, it probably would have. Yeah, they probably would have.
But yeah.
But anyway, seriously, you know, getting back on track for you, it's just I wouldn't be watching it if it wasn't for this. They've lost me. So.
Well, like I said, I enjoy it for what it is. There are things about it I'm enjoying. Again, to me, it's more of a parody of Star Trek than actually Star Trek. So, you know, I don't really consider it Star Trek. It's just really too hard to consider it that when it's so off the wall. But anyway.
Usually I like off the wall, but this just isn't. For some reason, this isn't capturing me. It's just not. There's something that's not appealing to me. It's just not. I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is exactly. That it just overall, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's cool. I know it isn't that it's animated because there was that short
I
trek.
love animating.
It was that there was that short trek that was animated that we watched with the robot and the alien, and you thought that was awesome. So it's definitely not that it's animated.
No, jeez, I grew up on cartoons.
And it's not that it's comedy because I know you like comedy, and I know that it's not that it's Star Trek. So again, it's you're right. There's just something about it that's not
appealing. Yeah, it's just not.
What do the rest of you guys think? Is it clicking with you? Is it not clicking with you?
Yeah. Is there anybody? Any of you guys feel the same way as I do? Like it's just not.
Or do you guys think he's full of shit?
That could be. What? Tell me if you think I'm full of shit. Please,
leave a comment.
Please.
Same with the Muppets. Don't forget Muppets, Space Force. Leave your comments below. We really want to read them. We really want to see what you guys are enjoying. What shows did you find this week were great?
And if you agree, say you agree. If you disagree, say you disagree. And like he said, if you think I'm full of shit, please tell me. You know what, Dylan, you're an asshole because whatever. Go ahead, tell me. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to know if you guys are feeling the same way I do.
For sure, we definitely.
Is it just me or am I missing something, kind of thing? So
I agree.
Let me know. I'd like to know.
So
here's to you. Let me know. Right down there.
Okay. So with that, we're going to move on to Transformers. And you didn't watch it, did you?
I did not watch it. I'm just not there.
Because I told you last week not to bother watching anymore if you didn't like it.
No, I'm just not. I can't. No, it's at least with Lower Decks, I can force my way through to watch it, but with Transformers, I can't.
Okay, so
that really speaks volumes.
That said, next week when we talk about the final episode of Transformers,
I will have watched the old one.
He is going to have a comparison to Transformers Prime, so that he can give you a comparison between Transformers Prime and Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, so that you can just understand why a show that was animated by the same company
can be fucked up that easily. I guess because from what you,
but you know what, it's not even the animation. But
just a little bit you did show me. I was like, wow, like it was like night and day. It was really different. So I'm going to watch the first two anyway. So
if you guys haven't watched any of Transformers Prime, I would advise you guys to
give it a shot.
Take the opportunity this week and watch the first 2 or 3 episodes of Transformers Prime, because we will talk about those next week when we talk about this, so that he can give a good comparison.
That's right.
And the reason I'm going to do it that way is because where he's not the Transformers fan that I am, it will give an interesting perspective on watching one and comparing it to another. So.
The actual truth is, I wouldn't even watch Transformers if it wasn't for this whole thing, because really, it doesn't the whole concept of it doesn't really appeal to me. You know,
you've seen the movies, haven't you?
No.
Well, I know Denise has.
Yeah, she has, but I haven't.
Huh. Well, maybe I should have her on the show.
Maybe you should have her come in and talk. Yeah, exactly.
So I think someone's calling you.
I think someone's calling me. Here, put that over there. I'll let you talk about Transformers.
Yeah, since he didn't see it, I'm going to continue to talk about it. Well, he takes one of the doggies out. No, we're good. So with Transformers, so episode 5 was, if you guys watched it, it was Jetfire joining the Autobots and them trying to find their way to discover the Allspark so that they could stop Megatron's plan. Again, like I've said before, I'm not really keen on this whole show myself. This is, I think, the 3rd time I've watched it all the way through, and it's like forcing myself to watch it, because as big of a fan as I am, it is bad. But if you like it, I'd love to know why you like it or what you like about it, because with me, like I said before, I think really the only decent voice actor in it is the lady that does Alita 1. Chromia's not so bad either. And Wheeljack, those voices are okay. But the others are just terrible. Like, they're all around terrible. I don't know what it is about them. I'm not bothered by the animation. I know some people out there are bothered by it. The animation doesn't really bother me. I get it's blocky and whatever, but I mean, that's the way the toys are, and they based their entire CG models off of the toys, so I can't fault them for that. And honestly, if I was a kid, I'd probably be loving the fact that the toys match up exactly to what I'm seeing on screen. But story-wise, it leaves a lot to be desired, because they really didn't get into enough of the background before starting it up. And they didn't really explain everything, like, I don't know. I'm really not liking the voice for, like, Jetfire. I'm really not liking the voice for Optimus Prime or Megatron or Starscream or Shockwave. Soundwave, they've done it too robotic without making it sound like he probably should. Like they could have put it through more of a synthesizer rather than just making it like, I don't know. Mirage does some pretty cool things in this particular episode, where he actually uses his ability more like, they've made Mirage more like Hound in this, like, I guess in this version, rather than the way he traditionally was. Like, originally, as you guys probably know from watching the original, Mirage could make himself invisible, and Hound was the one who did the holograms. Well, this time it's Mirage who does them. And the fact that he was able to hide, like, this whole huge space bridge and everything, and he was able to hide it by using his ability on it, that was pretty cool. I mean, even in the last few, when they, you saw him fighting and he'd create duplicates of himself, and it was, very much a Hound thing from G1, but now seems to be Mirage's ability. But, it is what it is. But if you guys are liking it, comment below. And again, especially if you've watched Transformers Prime, make sure that you tune in for sure next week so you can see Dylan's comparison between them. Because, like he said, he's not a Transformers fan. And just the fact that he's even willing to do this, I gotta give him a shout out for that, because, if I wasn't a fan of something and I was forcing myself to sit through it, but in all honesty, between you and me, I think he's going to enjoy Transformers Prime. I can't see anybody why they wouldn't like it. It's actually not bad. The voice acting is stellar. The writing is amazing. The animation's really good. So all in all, it's not a bad series. But anyway, so also this week, I want to talk about a couple of other things that I watched, simply because I never would have thought I would have watched them. So, of course, I watched, as I said earlier, I watched Captain America: Civil War, and I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming this week. And if you haven't seen those movies, they're both amazing. I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So I watched a few Marvel movies this week. Just kind of, I'm rewatching them again with Kim, and she's getting to see them for the first time, and it's really kind of cool. Like I said before, how it is when you watch somebody watch something they've never seen before, and seeing how they react to it. It's really quite interesting. So if you haven't, ever done that, give it a shot. It's really cool when you are enjoying something and then you're watching somebody else watch it. It's pretty cool. But I don't know about you guys out there. I've ended up watching something I never would have thought in a million years I ever would have watched, and that is the Twilight Saga. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you can probably guess why I would never really watch that. The Twilight Saga is pretty well known as a younger crowd, whatever thing. But just the simple fact that it's vampires, there's werewolves in it. It's in that sense, it's pretty cool. I didn't actually find it all that bad, oddly enough. I've seen now all 5 of them, and like I said before, it's nothing that I would have thought I would have watched, but where Kim was nice enough to watch all my Marvel movies and watch Transformers and everything else that she's been so kind as to watch, I thought, well, you know what? Hell, I'm going to give a shot to watching something she wants to watch, just to, be fair and show an interest in what she likes. And surprisingly, it turned out I didn't actually think it was half bad. The special effects on the vampires is kind of crappy, but the werewolves look amazing in it. So if you haven't seen any of it, it does look pretty good that way. And look who it is. He's back. So if you haven't checked it out and you thought, it's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, maybe give it a shot and check it out. I was just saying how I've watched the 5 Twilight movies.
Okay.
And it's something I never, but anyway.
I never read into them.
But if you're a fan of like vampires and werewolves and stuff, you may actually enjoy it. I don't know. It's actually, some of the fight scenes were pretty cool. The effects on the vampires are kind of gay, but
pass me my coffee there.
Anywho.
Danke.
So.
Dankjewel.
That said, and again, as I said, I watched a few more Marvel movies. So, I'd like to know what you guys have. Like, if you've been watching any of the Marvel movies, which one's your favorite? What do you have, like, a favorite trilogy? Like, it's funny. Like, with me, my favorite character is Iron Man, but I think my favorite trilogy is Captain America's. I think that's the best trilogy that they've done so far. Because I wasn't all that impressed with Thor. The third Thor movie is amazing, but the first 2 are, they only did 1 Hulk, so they didn't do a Hulk trilogy. They didn't do a Black Widow trilogy. They didn't do a Hawkeye one, but they did Iron Man and they did Captain America. So when you compare the 3 of them, which, and we're in the middle of the Spider-Man one, and we've got the next Doctor Strange one coming, and then we're in the middle of the Guardians of the Galaxy ones. But I think the Captain America ones are by far the best ones. And I've said this many times before on my 0 Hour show and stuff. If you haven't watched The Winter Soldier, which is the second Captain America, watch it. Like, you don't even have to be a superhero fan to enjoy that movie, because it's more like a James Bond spy movie kind of thing than it is a superhero movie. Because the only person that overtly has any superpowers is Captain America. I mean, we do come to learn that, of course, the Winter Soldier has been given a version of the super soldier serum. It's strongly suspected that Black Widow has part of it. But nobody else really does. I mean, like, there's a reason Captain America kicks so much ass. So, but yeah. You've seen a good chunk of all the Marvel movies.
I think I've pretty much caught up to all of them.
You still haven't seen Endgame, have you?
Oh, that's the one I haven't seen yet. It's Endgame. No, I haven't seen it.
Freaking bugger. Anyway, okay, so out of the ones you've seen, which is your favorite Marvel movie?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite.
Who's your favorite character? You got to have one character you like watching better than the others. I mean, everybody has that one. I mean, you can't watch 20 movies of a friggin' series and not say you don't have a character that you like the best.
Well, I guess from a male perspective, I like Scarlett Johansson.
Well, I like her too. But that's got nothing to do with Black Widow.
Well, sure.
Okay. Well, I like Black Widow as a character too.
But
I mean, let's be honest. Seeing her in that tight leather outfit is pretty awesome.
Exactly. So, I can't say that I haven't. I was like, yeah, I could watch this, but
she kicks some surprising ass.
Oh, she does really well.
In Iron Man 2, when her and Happy Hogan go down that hallway and she kicks the shit out of like 24 guys and he fights that one. He's like, I got him. Yeah. And there's like all these freaking unconscious guys down the hallway and she's looking at him.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
it's funny.
She beats up like 20 dudes and he beats up one. And he's like,
but she's not hard. She's not hard to watch.
Not at all. She's very easy on the eyes.
Definitely.
It's like I always like
to call me, hon.
It's like I always like to say, I'd lick house paint off that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd lick that from top to bottom and back again.
She's a good actress.
Of course, she's a good actress.
She acts? What?
What? You mean she's acting? What? Greg.
No, seriously. Yeah.
No,
give me a call,
right.
Scarlett. We'll talk.
She's a good actress.
Yeah. We'll go out. We'll have a bite. We'll talk. Huh? I'll shove a burger down your throat. It don't mean nothing to me.
We'll have a talk, all right? Yeah. We'll talk about your legs up here, your legs over there.
Over here, over there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, seriously.
I think she's a great actress, but
I guess though overall, I guess I'm kind of like the whole Captain America thing. I like the whole.
You know what I like about Captain America, and it's so incredible about it is like I think my absolute favorite. There's two scenes in The Winter Soldier that are just amazing. The first one is when they infiltrate the boat. And he beats the hell out of he kicks one guy so hard in the chest, he knocks him flying off the top of the friggin' boat.
Yeah.
He takes another guy's head off with his shield, just by whipping it. But then my other favorite is when he beats the hell out of those 24 dudes in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
He's just standing there and he's like, before we get started, does anybody want to get off?
That's right.
And then he beats the hell out of them all. And then at the end, he's fighting the last guy, and he's like, "It's not nothing personal." And then he picks his shield and like, "Could have fooled me."
Yeah,
But in the third one, there's a spot where right at the beginning, they're trying to stop Crossbones from stealing that infectious disease or whatever. And Captain America runs up and he kicks the friggin' front end of that truck, and he hits a guy with it.
Yeah,
like he kicks a half-ton truck at someone. He grabs another guy and he holds him by the ankle and he body slams his friggin' just by one arm. He slams the guy into a concrete pillar and just smashes the shit out of it and then drops him. It's the way he just literally pummels the crap out of people with such ease. And it's so amazing to watch. Every time he hits somebody, you're like, oh God, God, that guy is not getting up again.
But yeah, I guess
later on in that movie when he's standing there with Bucky and they're in that apartment in where I don't know if it's Germany or Brisbane or wherever the hell they are, and the German special forces are about to infiltrate and try to capture Bucky, and he's like, "Come on, don't kill anybody." He's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to kill anybody," or whatever, and they're fighting their way out or whatever. And the whole time they're kicking and Kim's watching it and she's going, oh. And I'm like, well, they did say they wouldn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
However, they didn't say that nobody would escape unscathed without any broken bones or wouldn't walk again. But got in there kicking the hell out of these dudes.
Bit of a difference there, but yeah.
But they're all alive. They didn't kill anybody. Yeah. But no, it's just
multiple contusions, various abrasions, and broken bones. Yeah, as Dirty Harry said.
Well, it's like, speaking of that, there's that scene when they're at the airport and they're all fighting, and Captain America is trying to get by or whatever, and Iron Man decides he's going to face off against Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch, and she drops all the cars on them, and you hear Friday say to him, "Multiple contusions detected," and Iron Man's like, "Yeah, I detected those too." I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, See, I gotta say, like, I think Captain America's.
You're obviously a big fan.
Oh, Captain America's trilogy is my favorite, but Iron Man, hands down, is my favorite character. I mean, and then it goes right up to I really like Doctor Strange, I really like Spider-Man, and I really like Captain America and Thor. Like those.
Well, I'm more the
just,
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm used to those. I watched all of those, and it was enjoyable. I don't know what this new one's like. He looks okay when I watch the others, but
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
Tom Holland is by far the best Spider-Man that we've ever been given.
Okay. Well, you're the fan. I mean,
but I mean, like, you know, Tobey Maguire was great. Don't get me wrong. He did a good job, but he was too old to play the part. Like, Tom Holland looks like a teenager. Tobey Maguire, even in the first Spider-Man, looked like he was in his 20s. He didn't look like he was in high school. And like Tobey Maguire's great.
You agree with that? Yeah, okay.
You know,
Mark, he agrees with you.
Spider-Man is supposed to be a young kid, and Tom Holland plays that young kid in it very well, and he plays that teenager style, not sure how to act or do or whatever, very, very well. And he's got that Peter Parker thing down pat because Spider-Man is incredibly smart. He's a genius. You know, like when you first meet him in Civil War and Iron Man's recruiting him and he's talking about it, he's like, so how do you know, the webs, how do you do that? And he's like, you know, and he's like, oh, I made it. Like, you created that. Like, you know.
Question for you.
There's just so much that he does. Yeah.
Who did the voice in the cartoon?
Of what?
Spider-Man.
Which cartoon?
The old 60s cartoon.
Oh, geez, I don't remember. I'd have to look that up.
Okay. Because that, to me, is the perfect voice for Spider-Man. That guy, whoever it was, that was the voice of the cartoon, the old 60s cartoon, or 70s cartoon, whatever. It was 60s, wasn't it?
It was the 60s, yes. It was the 60s cartoon. I love that cartoon.
So do I. I could watch that
Me too.
incessantly because it was so well done.
It was. Yep. For its time, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And, you know, and honestly, that's what I like about...
And that's what I compare Spider-Man to every time I watch it. I would compare it to that cartoon.
I would too. And you know what? That's what I like about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is he's got a lot of that Spider-Man in the portrayal that they've given him, which I like. So,
but that voice was perfect to me. That was Spider-Man. Every time I think somebody says to me Spider-Man, I hear that voice.
The 60s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's Tom Holland's great. You know, he's done a great job of it, and
the theme song was the best.
Well. You know, they used that. They used that theme song in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah,
they did a modern version of it. And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
But yeah, it's.
But yeah, so
anyway, that's where I'm at. I guess you leave it to me.
Who's your favorite MCU character? Put it below. I've also seen. I don't know if you've seen, but they have the Batman. The Batman trailer has been released.
There's a new one?
Yeah, I've talked about it before with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah, you were not looking forward to that. How does it look?
The trailer
didn't take you in?
It didn't blow me away, no.
Okay.
And there's the Snyder cut of the Justice League. That trailer dropped. And man, again, like I've said before, I don't know why you would show everybody a worse version of an already terrible movie. But... you know, hey, if you're a DC fan like me and you like that shit, I'd love to know why. Because the only good part about the DC extended universe is Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot. That's it. That's it. The rest of it is complete garbage. It's just terrible. I mean, Jason Momoa is way too cool to play Aquaman. Batfleck. No, I'm sorry. Ben Affleck is like the worst Batman ever. Henry Cavill. He's not Superman to me. I'm sorry. Like, I just, you know, their version of the Joker was crap. You know, Will Smith is Deadshot. Like, everything about it's just, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Nope. I'm sorry. Like, it's just everything about it is no. I'm sorry. No.
All right. Well, if it doesn't appeal, it doesn't appeal. I mean,
this new version of Batman they have coming with, like I said, Robert Pattinson. No, I got to say, after watching, because I was talking earlier when you came back, I was talking about the Twilight Saga.
Yeah, you were when I walked in.
Robert Pattinson, actually, after watching those 5 movies, I think he's a great actor, to be honest. I think he's a very good actor.
But he's just not...
I don't think he's a good fit for Batman.
Okay. Who would you put in Batman?
Michael Keaton.
Bring Michael Keaton back,
You're
even though
right, he's coming back as Batman.
Is he?
Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman in the Flashpoint movie. Him and Ben Affleck are going to play different versions of him. Honestly, today, if I was...
Sorry, I read something that I should bring up to you.
Okay.
I read, speaking of Chadwick Boseman, he's already shot his What If.
Yes.
He's going to be in that when that comes out.
Yeah, that's because it was all lines that they did. Like
Yeah,
they have to animate it, which is going to take the time, but their voiceover
he's
work was done a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be in that whole What If thing.
But
yeah, see, I'm on top of it.
There you go. There, I didn't even know that.
You didn't?
I did not know that.
Dude.
Now, I figured when you say it doesn't surprise me because I know they've had that voice work being going on for a long time. So,
Huh?
there you go.
Huh?
So anyway,
one for me.
And now you made me lose my train of thought with what I was talking about. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, Batman, right. So
that reminds me.
If I was gonna pick somebody to be Batman today, like I've said before, you can dress anybody up in the Batman suit and have them do the fight scenes. Because you don't have to have the same person in the suit that you have playing Bruce Wayne. The key to playing Batman is playing Bruce Wayne. So if you can get somebody who can play Bruce Wayne,
go see Marky. Yeah.
Then you can
go see Mark.
You can do a decent Batman movie. But if you
go see Mark,
can't get somebody who plays Bruce Wayne, you're not going to get a good Batman movie. You're just not. And Michael Keaton, by far, played the best Bruce Wayne. Hands down. If you think otherwise, you're an idiot.
I'm sorry. Adam West.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't count. It doesn't count because it was never meant to be serious. Nothing about it was serious.
I'm sorry. Adam, you're still the one, man. Wherever you are.
You know, like, I'm sorry.
Happy birthday, Sherman.
I'm sorry, but like, you know, what's his face there?
Big Bang.
Iceman. The fuck
Arnold?
was his name? No, Iceman.
Iceman. Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Played Iceman.
That's right. Yeah. He was also he played Doc Holliday in the.
Yeah, you know, and then he played fucking Batman opposite Tommy Lee Jones and
Val Kilmer. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Mark. Val Kilmer.
Marky G's on the ball.
Val Kilmer, not a bad Bruce Wayne. Not a great Batman, though, but not a bad Bruce Wayne. George Clooney, nope. Didn't do any of it right. What's his face there?
I'm Batman. Yeah.
From the fuck, what was his fucking Christian Bale? Fuck no.
That pretty boy. Yeah, that pretty boy.
Clooney.
Yeah.
No, and Ben Affleck again. No, like
what's an
it's
Affleck?
it's just when it comes to him again, it comes down to who is gonna be a good Bruce Wayne. So if you can get that down, then you're gonna have a good Batman because you can put anybody in that damn suit and you can CGI the face if you have to make it look like the person, whatever. Because anybody can be the martial artist in that suit. That's not hard to do. It's playing Bruce Wayne and getting his personality down and the way Bruce is. If you can't be Bruce Wayne, you can't be Batman. So I'm sorry. I guess
it makes sense though, really, because it's a big part of it, and I understand what you're saying.
It's the only part of it. How often do you hear Batman talking when he's as Batman? Very rarely is he talking. And if he is, he's always trying to disguise his voice. And at the same time, he's mostly just like interrogating somebody or kicking the shit out of somebody. You don't hear him really talking as Batman. It's Bruce Wayne who does all the talking and Batman who does all the ass kicking.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, if you can get anybody to be Batman in the suit, well, great. That's fine. Put Jackie Chan in the fucking suit. Let him kick everybody's ass. You know, whatever. But get somebody who can actually play Bruce Wayne to be Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
And until they do that, it's like, it's not like it is with like, it's the same thing with Superman. Okay. The key to playing Superman is Clark Kent. It's not Superman.
Well, I have to disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, I have to disagree because when you look at the job,
challenge of playing Superman is in getting Clark Kent down.
I understand what you're saying. But when I look back at the job that
Christopher Reeve,
Chris Reeve did, he had them both down to a fine art.
Of course. But you
And-
know what? Everybody can do Superman easier than they can do
Kent.
Clark Kent. Yeah.
But he had enough that he was bumbling enough that he got the right, the whole, he pulled it. But
did you watch Supergirl at all? Did
No,
you watch any
no,
Supergirl?
no.
Okay. It's on Netflix. Okay. There's a couple of episodes where they have Superman in it. Just when you're when you're scrolling through Netflix, find the episodes that have Superman in them.
Okay.
And watch the guy that they have.
Who is it?
I forget his name. He's the one who's I've talked about him before. He's the one who's going to be Superman in the new Superman show. He's fantastic. Watch them. But
Sorry.
again, the key to playing him,
Sorry,
Clark Kent.
Brandon Routh. I would have gone back to Brandon Routh if it was me. But that's just me.
Again, the key to playing Superman is Clark Kent, because it's that bumbling nature that Christopher Reeve portrayed so well, that Brandon Routh did a good job of copying, and this other guy, I wish I could remember his name.
I'll have to look for it and see.
He does the same thing, and that's the one thing that the DC Universe's version doesn't do.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and that's why I don't like it. Because he can do
there
the
was
Superman
a gentleness.
Part. He can do the Superman part. Like
But there was a
Henry
gentleness
Cavill
of it.
can do that Superman part, but he's not doing the Clark Kent part.
But even Superman had a gentleness about him.
Yeah, and like I said, Henry Cavill can do the Superman part. He has no problem doing the Superman part.
Okay. I didn't like Cavill.
His Superman is fine. It's the same as everybody else's Superman. Everybody does Superman pretty much fine. It's getting the Clark Kent down that people have an issue with. And Henry Cavill doesn't have the Clark Kent down. So he's not a good Superman because he doesn't have the alter ego down.
Right. Okay.
Whereas when you watch, I don't know, when you watch, see, part of it is like when you watch like Iron Man as an example, okay? Tony Stark is Iron Man. Everybody knows he's Iron Man. There's no secret identity there. There's nothing that needs, it's getting, he plays Tony Stark. It doesn't matter if he's in the Iron Man suit or he's not. He's Tony Stark.
Right. Okay.
Right? That's the character. It's the same with Captain America. Captain America is Steve Rogers. Everybody knows it. There's no secret identity.
He is who he is.
He is who he is. And that's the thing, is when you start getting into these secret identities and they have to play like they're two sides of the same coin, then they have to be different enough when they're playing this one thing so that when they're playing the other, people will go, that's believable because, all right, yeah, who's going to believe Clark Kent's Superman when he's all this meek, bumbling, goofy, whatever?
Exactly.
And then Superman shows up and he's always confident and, you know, broad-chested.
It works.
And
That's right.
you know what I mean? Like, it's the same with Batman. Like, so it's the alter ego thing that they have to get down pat. So that's much harder to play than it is than if you're just that character all the time. Like, Thor is Thor all the time. There's no, you know.
That's right.
Right? Like, so that's the thing. So that's why I say if they can't get the alter ego down, they can't play the character right because they're not getting the part down that is the character. Batman, so much of Batman is his personal struggle since his parents died.
That's right.
So much of it is that, right?
That's where it all came from.
It's, you know, the fact that he then went down a dark path but still tried to stay on the right side of everything and all this stuff. That's all pent up in what's part of makes Batman Batman.
That's right.
If you have him just be Batman all the time and have no Bruce Wayne kicking around doing what Bruce Wayne does, it's not going to work. So.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you guys think on all this?
Yep.
I know we've talked about a lot of stuff this week, but, you know, put it
Give
down
us
below.
your opinion. Yep.
And that said, like I said, make sure you watch next week because next week he's going to have his review for Transformers to compare.
Yep.
And next week is the last time we will be talking about Transformers War for Cybertron because it's the last episode. And we're narrowing down on our Space Force with only 3 episodes left there. So, you know.
And Discovery's coming, so we'll be into that.
We'll be into that. Yeah. So anyway, down below, comment. Leave your comments. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Yep.
Again, to Chadwick, to Chadwick Boseman, to all your family and your friends, our deepest condolences again. Please go with God. Take care. You will be missed. Everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
We'll see you next week.